You know, this whole term about social distancing, I want you to 6 feet.
My name is David Schechter. I'm a veteran reporter, and now I work for you. I'm taking real people out on the road to get their questions answered, and you're coming along for the ride. This is Verify Road Trip.
So here we are.
Say hello to Jennifer. She's one of our Verify viewers, and she's got a lot on her mind lately.
I actually had a hard time falling asleep last night. Not so much of what happens if I get it. It's like, what does our life look like now?
Do we need to do a little wipe down?
Should we?
Sure.
Okay.
Jennifer has a young daughter and aging grandparents.
All the handles, all the doors.
And when it comes to the coronavirus, probably a lot like you, she wants to know how prepared she needs to be.
What do I need to have on hand? How long is this realistically going to last? And what precautions should I be taking?
We are at Dallas County Health and Human Services, and Jennifer and I are interviewing the director, Dr. Phillip Huang.
So I feel like we're having a very big reaction to this. How is the COVID-19 any different from, say, H1N1?
You know, as we're learning more and more, it's pretty easily transmitted. That's but the severity in these vulnerable populations is very high.
Researchers have estimated the fatality rate of COVID-19 using health data from China. They found low death rates in younger people and high rates in older people. For those over the age of 80, there is an 18% chance of dying from COVID-19.
We saw what happened in that nursing home up in Seattle, and this is what we're trying to prevent. We don't want that, those, and that's a lot higher than flu.
We do have to still be very cautious for those who do have compromised immune systems and the older, especially the older population. At what point do we go and say, okay, I need to get tested?
Unless you have that known exposure, unless you've been to some place where we know that there's higher risk and community spread, it is much more likely you would have flu at this point than COVID-19. You don't want to waste tests on that and then not be able to test people who really might have it, have significant history, have been in contact with someone and can be spreading it.
The Department of Homeland Security says in a pandemic, families should store a 2-week supply of food and water.
First, I thought, oh, we're good. I mean, all the produce was fully stocked, but then we kept walking and saw what was probably the rice and beans and canned vegetables.
The last 2 ramens.
Stir fry.
Korean barbecue.
Oh, I got sweet chili.
This is where the water used to be. I guess this was toilet paper?
My concern at this point isn't so much what happens to us if we get it, it's what is our day-to-day life going to look like now in this world where I feel like people are starting to panic.
We take this very seriously. We are preparing for whatever level of response may be needed. It's not a time to panic, but it's a time to keep preparing.
How prepared should we be in this current environment?
Think through, what are you going to do detailed if the schools are closed? What are you going to do about taking care of your children? What are you going to do with the work options? Are there ways to do teleworking? But it's not a time to panic. We're still in containment from the standpoint, the numbers aren't yet overwhelming. I guess we'll go ahead and turn on the water and put enough soap to cover your whole hand.
That was way more intense than I have ever washed my hands, and I would have said I was a good hand washer.
Personal recommendations: wash your hands. Don't touch your eyes, nose, and mouth. Cough or sneeze into your sleeve or into a tissue and throw it away. Stay home if you're sick, and avoid sick people.
Jennifer learned a lot today. So, how's she feeling?
All the protocols of closing schools and not allowing people to gather, does that feel like that is called for, that is appropriate?
I would say that starting this today, I would have said it's a little extreme. But after talking with the doctor and understanding why these precautions are being made so that we keep this number as low as it is, I understand why it's happening.
Do you think you'll sleep better tonight?
I do.
Thanks for coming on this journey.
I loved it. Thank
Elbows.
you.
Double elbows.
Okay.